Hey guys, we're here with Coach Monken. You can start, Ken.
Coach Ken Kreitzer, CaMMVetsMedia. It's so tough when you go down 21-0, similar to last week, but your team hung in the game and had a chance into the fourth quarter. How did it feel about going, the struggle in the first quarter?
Well, it's not a very good habit to get into, to spot a team 21 points. We've done that 2 weeks in a row. That's not a recipe for success. So, and I really don't know what to say. They hit some big plays. They flat beat us over the top on one. We weren't in position to make the play. The second touchdown, we kind of had a guy close, and he was in position. They made a great catch. Their third touchdown, it's the third time this year we've had a guy that kind of got turned free down the middle, and it's probably got our eyes in the wrong place. Got caught on a key. Somebody either false keying us or got our eyes on the play action, and they beat us on that one. We had some chances, obviously, with the throws in the first quarter. We dropped the first one. It was a little bit behind him. Won a great throw. Second one, kind of right in his arms. We dropped that one. We had some opportunities, and when you don't capitalize on those, and kind of get yourself back in the game with a score, it just makes it that much more difficult. And so I think our guys were trying. They just didn't make the plays, and it's bottom line, you got to make plays.
And Coach, in the second half, Noah Short had the 60-yard run, sprint down the sideline, got tackled at the 4, and Dwayne Coleman punched it in at the 2 on the 4th and 2. Did you feel like that was getting the team back? It's 21-6. You missed a 2-point conversion, but you still have time to get back in the game.
We had plenty of time to get back in the game, and our defense actually came up with a couple stops in the second half on 4th down, which were big stops. And again, we couldn't do anything with it, couldn't capitalize, and we needed to turn those into scores and get ourselves back in the game. Just didn't make the plays.
And you get the 71-yard punt late in the third quarter from Wagonseller, and defense stopped. You get the ball back, but it still seemed hard to move the ball. And then on the 4th and 12, you had the pass from Dwayne Coleman to Noah Short. That was a yard short on the 4th and 12.
Yeah, that punt completely flipped the field. Gave us a chance with a stop to get the ball in good field position. We were on their end, and they kicked our butts. That's the bottom line. They kicked our butts, and so we couldn't do anything with it. Couldn't run our offense efficiently enough to continue to turn the sticks and get first downs. We had some throws, and we had some plays that we tried to run to keep ourselves in it. And the 4th and long play, like you said, we just a little bit short. But we didn't need to be in 4th and 12. We needed to be in 4th and 2.
I guess the last play, the fake field goal that East Carolina ran for a 32-yard touchdown. I mean, that's what Army's very good at.
Well,
but what happened on that? What did you see?
Well, we were going to try to block the kick. Obviously, if they kicked it there, they were going to be up 3 full scores again. And so we were going to block the kick. And we saw that they brought in a different holder, and we didn't check to a different defense. And we should have. That's our responsibility, my responsibility. And they had us outnumbered with the ball carrier. They had 4 guys over there. We had 4 on that side, and we were going to try to do everything we could to try to block the kick, make a play there. We weren't making any plays otherwise, offensively, and thought maybe we could block it and get on it and return it or something like that. And they made a great play. That was a good call, and we recognized it. We just didn't make the change. Didn't get it communicated.
And my last question, just Dwayne Coleman, 62 yards rushing, but 36 passing, only 49 yards passing today. How do you evaluate your quarterback?
Probably like I do the rest of the team. We didn't play well enough to win.
Joey Acano, go ahead with Coach.
Hey, Coach Monken, Joe Icano, UBK. When your base offense is struggling as much as it was, the option plays, your bread and butter, how difficult is it to transition and try to move the ball and get points on the board when they're really doing a good job shutting down your base offense?
I think you saw the results tonight, Joe. It's how difficult that is.
And second question, Ken mentioned it a little bit, but after the defense got off to a rough start, really after the first quarter, they pretty much shut out East Carolina the rest of the game, and especially played really well in the second half. What do you think changed on defense and allowed them to show improvement throughout the course of the game?
Well, I think our guys did a pretty good job at times on first down, putting them in longer yardage situations. We made some stops on fourth down, which was big. We didn't give up big plays over our head. Those were the first 2 touchdowns. And they still hit some plays. They still hit some big plays. They were getting some guys across the middle. And we had a 3rd and long in the second half that they snuck a guy across the middle and took it down to the other end of the field. We just came up with the plays we needed to keep them off the scoreboard, and that's the bottom line, is not letting them score. But I really am proud of the defense in the second half and how well they played, and getting some stops and giving our offense a chance to get the ball back, and it just weren't good enough to do it. They were a better football team and played like it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Seth Mendelson.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Take us through the 2-point conversion. What was the thinking there?
So again, just realizing that we had put ourselves in a pretty deep hole, and the difficulties of scoring and moving the football. What we hoped to do was make the 2-point conversion and then try to score 2 more touchdowns and kick the extra point, and on the second one go up by 1. And that was kind of the philosophy there, and let's build off our analytics. At that point in the game, with the score like it was, the go numbers on fourth down were pretty high too. I mean, we were times where it was a go at 7, go at 9, go at 12. The analytics have you playing a little more desperate at that point. You have to. So that was the thought there.
My second or last question is also Joe's question before about the offense kind of sputtering in the second half there, or the whole game. Was there any sort of trying something completely different, or could you not do that? Is it too late? I'm not a football coach, you are. Is it too late to do that? Is it? But it seemed like you were staying with the same plays in the second half. You really weren't working.
Well, when you're down that many points and you're not moving the football, it's really hard to hit play action passes because they're not sucking up on the run. They're just keeping everything in front of them. And when that's the case and you're not getting secondary run support, you ought to have enough blockers to run your regular stuff. Where the play actions are really, they really hit is when you're having success running the football and they're having to support from the secondary to help on the run, and you get behind them on pass plays. And early in the game, we had designed a couple of pass plays. The first one that we threw to Hayden Reed, that was a little behind him and he dropped. And then the next one down the goal line that hit him in the hands on fourth down. We hadn't run those plays before. Those are different, and we're trying to design things that give us opportunities to gain yards, score touchdowns, but we can't come up with an entirely new offense for when our stuff's not working. I mean, we have an offense that we practice, and we've got to be good enough to run that offense. And if we're not, then we're going to have a really difficult time winning. And There's not, you know, we try to reverse pass. They covered it. You know, there's a lot of stuff that we tried that maybe is new. It's not you know, our normal stuff, but there's just not enough of that. You know, Seth, we got to be able to line up and run our option plays and run the stuff that's been successful for us.
Thank you, Coach.
And to wrap it up, Ken McMillan, go ahead.
Thank you, Jeff. I know this is a tough, question, but the running was obviously had some difficulty tonight. Is that an indictment of what's going on in the offensive line, or do you give a lot of credit to what ECU's defense was able to pitch at you tonight?
I mean, they lined up and whipped us. They were better physically up front than we were. You know, I think our guys up front on the offensive line are tough, and I know they were trying hard. I'm sure we'll see on the film. But maybe there's some things we can do fundamentally better, and we'll try to figure those out. Coach those guys the best we can to get better at those things. But you know, they were just better than us up front. They beat us. They beat blocks, and you know, that's football. If we can block them and sustain the blocks and open some holes, we're going to get positive yards. And if they can whip blocks and get in gaps and you know, deny the runners, then they're going to win. So I don't know. You know, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. It's us. We got to do better.
Yeah, Jeff, you've had, in your career here, you've had great starts like last year, but this is a rough start at 1-3. What's the challenge to get this ship right?
I think just building some confidence back. You know, we've got 2 games that we basically let get away from us with turnovers and self-inflicted errors. 2 overtime games that certainly, if we don't make some of those mistakes, we have a great chance to win. But when you don't come up with the win, obviously that wears on you, and it's hard. It eats at your confidence. In a game like tonight, you know, they took it to us. They kicked our butts, and so I think that's, you know, just getting these guys back to focusing on the next game, putting what's behind us, and trying to get ready for the next one. That's what we got to do.
Jeff, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks,
for
Coach.
making the trip, Ken.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
See you next week.
You bet.
Thanks, Ken.